guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Faith. I'm writing an adult literary fiction novel. But today's not about my novel. Today I'm gonna be talking about my favorite favorite shows slash movies. And I'm doing this video because obviously I'm a writer and I just feel like writers have the best taste. So let's just get into this video and just like I'll share my movie slash show recommendations. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about, let me think. Should I start with movies or should I start with shows? I'll start with shows. Okay. So the first show I'm going to start off with is This Is Us. So This Is Us is quite literally my favorite show to ever exist. Like, I started watching that show when I was like in 7th grade during COVID or something like that, and it was quite literally my favorite. So This Is Us is about this family of not this family. Okay, there's these triplets in this family. We have Kevin, Kate, and we have Randall. Randall is adopted, Kevin is the oldest, and Kate deals with beauty slash eating and just like those types of things, whatever. And also Kevin's an alcoholic, but whatever. So in that show, the show kind of just like plays with time and just like we just watch all their families and just like how things have, I don't know, evolved. They're just like, I don't know. It's a family drama and it's so good. Like, I feel like, how do you explain a show like that? Because I feel like you have the main characters and their problems and we kind of just like, everything sprouts from there. And we also have like the mom and dad, Jack and, I should know that. Rebecca's life. We watched their timeline. We watched the triplets as they were kids timeline. We also have the triplets as they were adults timeline. And I just really love how they play with time in that show and just like how, I don't know, just like everything is connected and everything is just like, I don't know. I like how they play with time, and I don't know what else to say about that, but like, yeah. Should I share my feelings on every character? Yes, I will. Okay. So Randall is black and he shares his things. Oh, what I loved about this show, specifically when it comes to Randall's POV, was the fact that they showed a smart black character without making them obsessed with white people. Because I feel like every single time we have a smart black person, they're just like, they have this weird obsession with white people and just like, I don't know, it's just like all their friends are white. The person they're dating is white. They just like, they're surrounded by whiteness and they continuously do that and they do it on purpose and they talk about racism, but like it's just like you put yourself in that situation almost. It's just like, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just like, what were you thinking? But I feel like Randall, and it talked about anxiety representation like with him, and I just feel like his character was well done and he's honestly the reason why this show is my favorite thing ever. The other characters, I do like them, but like Randall is my favorite person. And to kind of, I feel like with shows, when it comes to black people, I feel like mostly what I like about the show is that they didn't mess up the black character, because I usually just watch shows for the black characters, like not even gonna lie. But I feel like they didn't make him just like this useless character like they did. And I'm just gonna start trashing shows, but like what was that show called again? A million little things, a million things, or a million little things. That black character was done actually so dirty. Like, I feel like he was just like all the white characters. I swear they like every time he had drama, they would put the white characters to have drama. Okay, let me not complain about that show. I truly hated that show, but this one, I just really liked him because I feel like he was an actual active character. He was a character. He was in this show for a reason. Like, he didn't just feel like some side character, like some black character that they just put in there for no reason to, like, I don't know. I guess, like, talk about Black issues, but, like, I don't know. I just really liked his character. I liked how he just had a personality. Like, he was anxious and just like everything was informed by that. And Randall was quietly my favorite person. And I've watched shows with the actor who plays Randall. I have no idea his name. I don't really know actors' names, guys. So like, don't come to me for like those types of things. I just know what they look like, and I just say I like them. But yeah, so I just feel like Randall, he just, every single time he was on screen, I loved it. Like his adoption storyline and just like everything like that, and just I loved him so much. And like Black mental health was dealt in a way that I liked better than A Million Little Things, which I feel like I'm gonna compare that show to A Million Little Things a lot, because this, like, I hated A Million Little Things. Like, that was not, in my opinion, a good show. I liked, what's his name again, Gary, but like outside of Gary I didn't like anyone else. I'll probably have to put a bunch of people's pictures inside of this thing so you guys actually know who I'm talking about. But like, we love Randall. And also, I also loved Beth, because we kind of just like have this end game Black couple, because I swear, like, when it comes to Black people, they hate them so much. But yeah, so we had this like couple, and we watched their like marriage problems or whatever. And I just really loved Beth also, just like for her whole like ballerina storyline. That might be just like the reason why I got into watching, actually no, I guess it was the next step that got me into watching dance shows or whatever. But like, I really loved that storyline, and I love that show so much. And I feel like I'm just like yapping, and it's just like, you're probably just like, okay, can you just like shut up right now? Actually, but you're on this video, so you might as well just like be here for a good reason. But yeah, love them so much. They're my favorite people ever. And I just liked, just, yeah. So I thought that was well done. Then let's go to Kevin. Kevin, in my opinion, I liked Kevin because I feel like you guys on the internet love him way too much. Like, you guys hate on Randall when Kevin was quite literally a nuisance. Like, guys, it's racism. Just say, let me just say it as it is. But like, Kevin, I do like him because I like all the characters. I knew they were all flawed, but like, I like them. Kevin, he has a drinking problem. He's always with a different woman. He's saying his like characteristics out loud is like just crazy work, because it's just like, oh, how could you like a character like that? But like, they make it so you like him, and you just like, it was good. Though yeah. And then we have Kate, who we hear like her eating, just like things about eating, dieting, body image, beauty, whatever with Kate. And we also have mother-daughter issues. I feel like you guys also hate Kate because of fat phobia. You guys actually need to stop the hate. Because I know she was kind of just like a little weird, but like, she ended up redeeming herself. She did. And I just feel like, yeah, she redeemed herself. You guys don't see them the way I see them. But in my opinion, at the end of the day, with all the things, is that I feel like this was a show that talked about different problems that people face, like mental health, eating disorders, what's it called, abusive relationships, and just like Blackness, and just like all those things. But I feel like the way that this show dealt with all those things was actually good, unlike most shows, which they just like, they talk about all the things, but it feels like they're trying to preach at you rather than just like it being a show that does that. But like, it's good. I don't know, I feel like it was integrated so well, and I love that show so much, especially with the way they did the Black character. I'll always love them for that. And second off, that's the reason why I started trying to write a family drama, because I just love them so much. And obviously, I said time is played with in the show, and it's just like, it just flips so well between times, and it's just like, I don't know, whoever that I have no idea, because I feel like I don't really know how to talk about shows like the author of the show, but like, is there not like an author of the show? Isn't it like directors, writers of the show, blank, 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 and then there's just like a bunch of like different things that I have no idea what they do of the show, but like someone who did something behind the scenes in that show also did something behind the scenes in Paradise, and I also really love it because it's just like it plays with time, it plays with just like a bunch of things, and it does it really well. And it's just like when I ask for experimental shows slash movies, this is what I mean. I mean like when you play with those types of things, but it makes sense why you're playing with them. We're 10 minutes into this video, so I guess I have to move on to the next thing, and my voice is hurting. But yeah, my voice is hurting. Let's talk about the second show. The second show is The Bear. I love that show so much. Again, I feel like its anxiety representation in that show was so good. Like, it was just exactly what I wanted. I feel like that show, it just really represents anxiety, and just like the main character, I like him. I like, at first, when I first watched the show, I actually watched it and then I was like, this show is trash, and then I just kept watching other things, and then I came back to it and I watched it and I was like, oh, this is a masterpiece, because season 1 was okay, but like I feel like it dealt with grief, it dealt with anxiety, and just like dealt with all of those things in like such an artistic way. And I like that. And yeah, because the problem is I feel like the show is hard to get into, especially when I was younger, because like I was looking more for like something more, I guess, dramatic. But like that show was so good, especially like, what was that episode? It was like the fish, or what's it called, that it was the show where we just follow the mom in that chaotic family. And I feel like what that show does so well is that you feel the anxiety, like you're just watching all these things happening, and it's just like it almost brings your anxiety levels up for some, like they just somehow make that possible. And it's just like, because there was just so much going on, and it's just like you're confused and you're just like overwhelmed and just like everything, and that show just does that. And I really love shows that like bring a bunch of emotions up in you. And yeah, and yeah, so the main character's name is Jeremy, is it, or is that the actor's name? Is it Jeremy, or is it not? Is it, what is his name? That might be his name, that might not be his name. I'll have his name right here, and if I'm saying his name correctly, if that is his name, then I'll just leave it as it is and just like oh. So yeah, and I keep moving my leg around, like my legs are getting stiff, whatever. Okay, but so his character, I didn't say what this show is about. Okay, whoopsies. So The Bear is about this restaurant called what is the restaurant's name? It's called something. I forgot what its name was. But we have this restaurant, and Jeremy's, hopefully Jeremy, I'm hoping that's his name. But yeah, his older brother kills himself, and then like Jeremy comes back to do stuff with this restaurant, like to, I guess, own it, or just like to be a chef there, or just like whatever they do. So yeah, he comes back to do that, and we watch as he deals with the grief of losing his brother, and he's just like not very open. So it's just like the griefs, you slowly see him opening up, and it's just like, yeah. And we see that he has anxiety, and that he loved his brother so much, and like his brother just kept pushing him away, and just like how that hurt him, but like he doesn't admit that. And I just loved that whole dynamic. Plus, this show also made me obsessed with chefs and just like all that stuff, which I watched, like, you know, cooking shows on TV, like I guess Hell's Kitchen. What else did I watch? whatever cooking shows there are, a bunch of baking shows, and I just watched those. But like, I just loved this setting and just like how anxiety inducing just like a restaurant is, and and the way restaurants are talked about, I just loved. And I feel like the show is so authentically itself, and I feel like it's something I've never seen before, and I just liked the way they did that, which I feel like a lot of the things I like is just like very different from what's out there. For example, like This Is Us was different because the way it played with time, and then this show is different because of just like how you feel anxious as you're watching that show, because like it feels claustrophobic. It feels just like everything the characters feeling you feel, not because they're like telling you stuff, but because like, I don't know, it's just like this soundtrack, just like everything just makes you feel what you need to feel. So I love that show. I think it's really artistic. Love it. Okay, but with the season 3, I thought season 3 was not good. Season 3 wasn't good. For everyone saying, oh my gosh, it's just artistic, it's just blah 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 blah, they're liars. That season was not good. I think I liked it towards the end. I forgot what happened in the end of the season, but like outside of the ending, actually no, I remember what happened. The end of this season was really good, and I just feel like that was what the show was meant to be. But like, that season was meant to be, and I feel like there was a lot wrong with the third season. For example, like the people who are supposed to be funny, like the brothers or whatever they are, they would be doing their thing, and I just didn't like them, and I just thought they leaned into things that they shouldn't have leaned into. But like, I think season 4 they'll get back to normal, and everyone's saying it was an artistic season. I feel like you guys are liars, and you guys are lying to yourself. It was not a good season, but I still love the show. It's still my favorite thing, and I think they can bounce back because I have hope in them. Please bounce back. Then the third show we're going to talk about, and the last show we're going to talk about, is My Hero Academia. I know. Like, I feel like everyone hates on the fandom, but like, I love that show so much. So My Hero Academia, we follow Midoriya, who is he's powerless he's quirkless because their powers are called quirks, and he's quirkless in this world full of people with quirks, which are practically superpowers, and they just like, people can do all sorts of things. And so Midoriya doesn't have any powers. He really wanted to be a hero, but he can't because he has no powers. And then one day he meets All Might, who has powers that he can give to another person. So All Might gives his powers to Midoriya because he says that he has the heart of a hero or something like that. And then like throughout the seasons we watch as he goes to, what's that school called again? U High, or no, UC, no, I almost said UCLA. What is that college called? Oh no, it's not college, it's a high school. But like, practically they go to this high school, and he's learning to deal with his new quirk and just like doing stuff, and this quirk hurts him. And I love the show so much. I feel like this show did things that most animes don't do. Like, for example, I feel like most animes kill off characters. This show didn't kill off characters, but it almost like haunts you, the fact that they didn't kill off certain characters. If you know who I'm talking about, you know who I'm talking about. They might be killed off the next season though, who knows. But like, I feel like because they didn't kill them off, it almost feels like happy, but then you realize that them not being killed off is actually just like really sad because of certain things. Trying not to spoil things is really hard, but like, I really like that show. So we follow Midoriya. Midoriya is smart. He's been studying superheroes since he was little, so he's really good at just like, I don't know, outsmarting them or whatever, I think. And we just like follow this cast of characters, and I love school settings. I love just like those types of shows, it's so fun to just watch them and just like watch everything happening. And I just feel like it was a really good show. Like, I don't know what else to say. So the season that just came out, I have no idea what season it is. I feel like it's really dark. Like it takes a completely dark turn. But it's such a good show. I completely recommend the show. Guys, just go watch it. It's a really good time. So there's that one. And then let's go to movies, which I've been talking for 20 minutes. Next show we're going to talk about, no, not the next show. The next thing we're going to talk about is a movie, and the movie is called Waves. So Waves follows these siblings. Okay, yeah, let's say these siblings. We follow the guy character and the girl character. What's their names again? I have no idea their names. Which I feel like with movies, I never know the main characters' names, and I just feel like that's kind of just like weird. But like, because I feel like with shows, they constantly remind you what the main character's name is, so it's just like you know their names. But then with movies, it's just like they say it a couple of times, and it's just like whatever. That's just how it works. So yeah, I don't know their names, but there's two characters. So we follow the characters, and so let me tell you the guy's POV, then the girl's POV. So okay, the guy's POV, we follow him as he is in this relationship that is toxic, I guess. Well, actually, no, the relationship isn't toxic in the beginning, I guess. But like we follow his relationship with his dad and just like how much his dad puts pressure on him to be just like the person that the dad wishes he had become, I guess. And we practically watch as this, I guess, affects his relationship, like his romantic relationship. And then like just things go down, blah blah blah. And then we also follow the sister main character who's dealing with, I guess, grief in a way. If you know, you know. But yeah, she's dealing with that, and she's just like, we follow her character and just like how she falls in love. But like I feel like really like her falling in love, I feel like people focus so much on how she fell in love and just like that cute romance story. But like I feel like the reason why that was there was to show just like the healing process and just like how the I feel like it's a mirror to the relationship between like I just why she's in grief. I don't know how to say this without spoiling the movie because it's so good. You just have to watch it. But I love the girl's main character, no, the girl's POV so much. I feel like that is such an underrated POV, and I love that so much. Like I quietly like I watched those edits so much because I just loved her so much, and like I love that actor. Like I like her voice. I like everything about it, and I feel like yeah. So we just watch that grief happen, and I just feel like the reason why the relationship is there is obviously for the grief or whatever because the boyfriend's dad has cancer, I think, and is going to die, and we watch as he like his relationship between his dad and him reflects the relationship between her and someone else. Try not to spoil anything, but like yeah. And I feel like you guys just did not understand those. I feel like I'm just like one of those people like you didn't understand that character like I did, blah blah blah, and then there's just like this music thing montage, and you guys probably don't get what I'm talking about, but like yeah, I just loved that so much, and it's such a good show, but it's just like it's one of show. It's such a good movie, but I feel like it's just like one of those movies that if you just talk about it, you're spoiling it. But I really love that movie so much. It deserves a bunch of awards. And this is the movie that got me into my movie era because I used to not be into movies. For some reason, I used to just like hate on movies. Like I would be like, yeah, I don't watch movies, blah blah blah. movies suck. I don't watch them, but like this movie got me into movies because I just feel like it was just so good, and it's just like I recommend watching it. It's also like as I said with The Bear, it also just like is a different type of movie, I guess. Which I feel like movies tend to be more artistic because like it's a shorter time period, so you can be. And I just liked the way they just did things, and they did something that I just really loved, but it's a spoiler. So I feel like this movie is just like mostly spoiler beep and just like type of thing. So whatever. The second movie we're talking about, and the last thing we're going to talk about in this video, is Moonlight. So Moonlight, I feel like I'm so late to the game. Everyone was talking about this movie for such a long time. Like I remember there was a bunch of, actually no, there weren't a bunch of books, but like what's the show up? No, not the show. The book. Ace of Spades was wait, no. Ace of Spades comped Moonlight to their book. And I feel like I just never watched the movie for some odd reason. And I just feel like it was just talked about everywhere, and it's such a good movie, and that's why. Okay, so let's talk about the movie. So the movie is about our main character. I don't know his name because wait, his name is because it's just okay. Sorry guys, I have to do something. I'm back now, but so let's talk about Moonlight. So Moonlight, we follow the main character who I don't know his name because, as I said before, in movies I tend to not remember the main character's name because their name isn't said as much as it's said in a TV show. So practically we follow the main character, and we follow him as he's a child, and we watch as he grows into an adult. But like we start, and it's in 3 parts. His first name is Little. His second name is it his real name? Maybe. And then his last name is Black. Whatever. Yeah, so that's his 3, like the 3 periods we go through. But okay, so we follow this main character, and he's a queer, or just like, I guess, a gay young Black boy. And we follow him as he just like, he has this mentor sort of guy who just like takes him under his wing type of thing. And we watch as he deals with his mom having an addiction, and just like I guess yeah, that. And yeah, so his mom has an addiction. He's dealing with that while having a mentor who's just like his real parent figure. And then like we just follow him into teenhood, where he just like still is gay, and just like we see that happen. And then we see him as an adult and how he changes because of just things that have happened in his past, I guess. It's really cool what the different points of him being is, because like Little, I feel like each part of the movie we watch him have a new name, which I feel like was the middle POV his real name. If it was, then I don't remember. But okay, so first he was called Little because Little is the name that his bullies gave him, and he was just like small, and he was just like not literally, but like he was, well, he is, but like small as in like he's influenced by the world around him, I guess, or just like what people tell him he is, that's what he becomes. He's just like very influenced, I guess, and just like very much has things on top of him in a way. Okay, I'm trying to explain this, but like each part of the movie makes sense. Then he's called something else, I forgot. And then he's called Black because Black is the name that his childhood crush gave him. And I just find it really cute. It's adorable. Well, no, that movie actually, it was sad. I just really like that couple, and it's just like the movie is so good, and I just feel like the way that it's separated is really cool. And I feel like, again, this movie played with structure unlike any other thing has, because I feel like usually when movies and shows just like play with structure and stuff, it's just like in a bad way. But like in this movie, they did it well. I really liked the movie. I feel like it was really artistic. Yeah, I feel like there's other things I have to say, and it's just like about, yeah, it's about that. And yeah. I think that's all with that movie. It's just one of those movies where it's just like you evolve with the character, but it does it in a really well way. Plus, also, I feel like when it comes to books where not books, movies where you evolve with the character, just like shows where you do that, where we start with them being a kid and just like we just watch them just like straightforward. I tend to not like those types of movies because I feel like I just feel like it feels unnecessary, but this movie made it necessary and I really liked it. I feel like it was just everything was done well and everything had a reason to be done. And so yeah, I love that movie. And yeah, I guess that's it. I feel like I have more things to say about it, but like I feel like maybe the reason why I don't have things to say about the movie is because it's spoilers or whatever. Plus we also, the main character is quiet and whatever. But yeah, so I guess that's, and I also liked how his mentor was like, I feel like this may just be me making stuff up, but like the mentor looks a lot like his adult self. And I feel like the reason why that is because his mentor is what his adult self will be. Because it's just like, I feel like it's just like really is, I don't know, I want to say representation of like what will happen to him, but like, I mean, unless whatever happens, but like, you know what I mean? I feel like it was very much foreshadowing who he would be in the future, and I thought that was really cool. But maybe that's just me thinking that for no reason, but like I really like that. So yeah, those are the shows slash movies I really like. Give them a try, you know. I feel like I have a really good recommendations because I'm a writer, and I feel like, doesn't that make me a good recommender? Maybe, or maybe not. And I'm just like some person on the internet just saying things, but like, give those things a try. They're really good. Yeah. I guess I have nothing else to say about those. Okay, maybe I might do like a worst show slash movies thing video. Which, if you guys want that, then I could do that. Because I don't mind hating on movies and shows because it's just like, that's not my industry or like what I'm working on. So like, I just don't mind hating on them. But like, yeah. So I guess thank you for watching this video. Watch those things if you want to have a great time. And yeah. So thanks for watching. Bye.